This week on CountryMusicJunkies.com, I have a new country music artist to introduce you to. She is out of Kansas City, and she is only 16 years old. Her name is Josey Milner, and I have her on the phone today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me on.
So let's back up, I guess, a couple of years to when you kind of started in the music industry. What made you want to get into country music, and how did you really get your start?
Well, I've always loved country music, and I grew up listening to it, and I did rodeo for 8 years, so having that country aspect along with the country music kind of added on to it. And every chance I got to sing the national anthem at my rodeos, I took the chance. And so I actually had the opportunity about 2 years ago to sing at the National Steel Guitar Convention in St. Louis, and on the main stage, which is, for me at the time, I was only about 15, so that was a pretty awesome experience to be able to experience at such a young age. And whenever I was done, I was having people coming up to me and tell me about the talent I had for being so young, and if I had ever thought about it seriously at that point. And actually, at that point, I didn't. And so I thought about it, and I talked to my parents about it, and they were on board with me for it. And so I got home, and I got my band together, and we started playing out, and hey, that's where we're at today.
That is unbelievable. Now let's talk about your debut single. It is a cover of Miranda Lambert's Dead Flowers, and it is just a beautiful rendition of that song. When did you release it? What made you pick that song?
Dead Flowers, like you said, is a Miranda Lambert song, and as soon as I heard it, I absolutely fell in love with it. It's been out now for about 2 years, and it's just been here recently where it's been getting national airplay, or worldwide airplay, which is pretty awesome with that. But like I said, I just pretty much fell in love with it because I loved the meaning behind the song, and I loved the passion she had behind it, and just the words to it, and it was just such an amazing song, and I felt like I just had to do it.
You've had this song played in Japan. You've had it played all over the world. How did that happen?
That was just, it was kind of put out for people to download and play whenever they chose to, and Michael was actually, my manager, helped a lot with that. He was able to get it all to all the other countries to be able to play all over there, and it's kind of a cool thought to think that I have fans pretty much from all over the world listening to my music.
Absolutely. Now you also have some original songs as well that are out, available for fans to check out. Do you want to talk about any of those?
Well, I actually had just released my newest single. It's Am I Not Pretty Enough? And I'm definitely very happy about this one. It's probably my favorite one I've done so far. It's going to kick off a bullying campaign that I'm going to be starting next year. And I'm going to be going around to schools and talking to people about bullying, kind of standing up for those who don't necessarily have a voice in it. And like I said, this is definitely my favorite one I have out so far. And this one is actually able to be purchased on iTunes along with my Dead Flowers. So that's very cool.
How can fans get in touch with you if they're interested in checking out your music?
They can get in touch with me on Facebook. I'm always on Facebook and updating my Facebook. And I also have a Twitter, an Instagram, a YouTube, as long as I'm also on Reverb Nation. And with Reverb Nation, I'm next to in the Kansas City area for the band. So I'm very proud of that one right there.
That is awesome. Do you want to just say your Twitter handle, just so people can find you on there?
It's just Josey Milner. Twitter's Josey_Milner, JOSEYMILNER.
Awesome. Well, Josey, thank you so much for chatting with us today. We love your music, and we'd love to hear what you're up to within the next little while, especially with this anti-bullying campaign. That sounds really cool.
Well, thank you so much. It was very fun.